Thousands of Roblox games have come and gone. However, while most can continue to maintain a low player count for years, some die out completely. These are a few of those games. Some of these you may have never seen before, while others you may have not played in years. These are some of the dead Roblox games that you forgot about. So what exactly is a dead game? My definition is a game that has absolutely no players and holds that consistently throughout the day. Some of these games do pull like 1 or 2 players every once in a while, but overall they're pretty much dead. But either way, let's get into the first game of this video. So this right here is Shellshock, and it is one of my favorite games of all time on Roblox, and here's why. The main idea is just simple. It's a FPS game where you can customize your loadout, give your weapon different attachments, and then deploy to battle other players. This game used to be pretty popular on YouTube. There were many FPS players who would play this game because of its realism and its high quality. The game's weapon systems feel amazing. For example, if I was to shoot this gun, it just feels absolutely amazing to play. And when there's a bunch of people in this game, it's absolutely so fun to play. But now the game is deserted. There's barely anybody who plays, and the developers have stopped working on it. Now this game was released in early 2018, and it garnered just about 3.5 million visits. The developers, Enlightened Studios, have a new project that they've been working on recently, and they've decided to completely abandon this game as they wanted to focus on that new project. However, the new game that they're working on has gone through some tough times due to the developers being busy with life. However, they still plan to release it soon. Overall though, if you can get players in this game, it's an absolutely fun experience and everything feels so great. Just amazing stuff for this game, especially for a game that's now 6 years old. Driving games have long been a staple of the Roblox platform. Many of the most popular Roblox games revolve around vehicles, but none are as infamous as Vehicle Simulator. Made in 2014 and created by SimBuilder, Vehicle Simulator ended up being one of the most successful games on the Roblox platform for many years. The game was enjoyed for its massive map, plethora of vehicles, and also its activity and events and consistent updates. And while the game had a very active community, the game slowly started to receive less and less updates, and more bugs would appear that would go unfixed. The developer's SimBuilder would actually tease more Vehicle Simulator updates coming soon on his Twitter account, and many players were just waiting for what was going to come to the game next. However, as the game bled players, something would happen in 2023 that would change the history of Vehicle Simulator and Roblox forever. In 2023, the Roblox Developer Conference occurred. This event is meant for developers and content creators to network with each other and go in person to learn about new upcoming updates direct from the administrators themselves. However, prior to this, SimBuilder was not invited. However, he still ended up showing up to the location. Various other legal situations occurred, and SimBuilder was eventually arrested and then blacklisted from Roblox events. Additionally, in the wake of this, his Roblox account was terminated, meaning Vehicle Simulator could not receive any more updates at all. This means the Vehicle Simulator is completely dead, and no more updates will be coming to the game ever again. Vehicle Simulator is a classic on the Roblox platform, and it's sad that its history was ruined by the developer's horrible actions. Either way, you're still able to visit it for yourself if you like, and reminisce on the olden days of Roblox.
Reason to Die was one of the most popular games on the platform, regularly gaining hundreds of thousands of players. It was often regarded as one of the best games on Roblox and ended up getting over 27 million visits. The game was first released in 2008, and over its history, it evolved and it changed immensely. The game's idea was very simple. One player will be chosen as a zombie each round, and the other players will have to survive and not get infected by the zombie. Personally, I remember playing this game a lot around 2013, and an event I really remember from the game was the Christmas update. I'm not sure about the exact name, but I'm pretty sure there was like a giant snowman boss at the end, and if you kill him you get this ice hammer thing, and I was one of the first players to get it back in like 2013 or 2014. Anyways, despite the game's success, the developer PlayStation seemed to have many troubles when he was owning the game. Eventually in 2021, he decided to completely discontinue the game permanently, and this was due to personal reasons. He explained that he felt the game's theme on zombies had an extremely negative effect on his life. Since then, many games have tried to recreate the success of Reason to Die, but most end up closing or failing completely.
Island Royale was one of the first Roblox games to truly succeed copying the Fortnite formula. The game garnered over 431 million visits, and it was on the front page of the Roblox website for a long time. However, now the game barely struggles to pull any players. And so what exactly happened to Island Royale? Island Royale was created on January 8th, 2018 by Lord Jerd. The game was created shortly after Fortnite began to skyrocket into fame. The game was basically a ripoff of Fortnite but in Roblox. It involved a shrinking zone where 100 players would get dropped onto the map. You'd want to be the last one standing to win the game, and overall it was a pretty fun game. However, the game slowly died for a few reasons. The game died due to the fact that Fortnite was also dying. Content on Fortnite was becoming stale, so most people moved to other games, and Island Royale was directly tied to the success of Fortnite. Even though he attempted to add certain updates, there wasn't much he could do before the game completely died out. Luckily, the game is still public, and it was updated just 4 days ago, which means the developer is still working to clean up the game and make sure it's an enjoyable experience. Either way though, it's going to take a lot to fill up a server on this game, but I'd recommend checking it out if you want to reminisce on the old Fortnite days again. Hey, real quick, make sure to check out the membership tiers on my channel. I'm going to release my next video extra early for members only, and at the end of my videos, I'm also going to mention all of my members individually, which is going to be pretty awesome because you'll be cemented in history forever. Either way though, let's get back to the video. Now this is much more of a general topic on Roblox, as it refers to a genre of games that Roblox killed off completely. In 2010, Roblox released a skateboard to the platform. This was absolutely game-changing for the platform as it brought many other ways to play in games. It was so fun to use the skateboard gear on the platform, and it instantly became extremely popular. There were many games that were released with just skate parks, and people had a ton of fun. And for about 7 years, Roblox skating was one of the largest genres on the platform. There wasn't much guidance to how you played the games, so everyone could do whatever they wanted to on the skating games. They could just do tricks or just hang out with their friends. But it was clear that everyone loved this, except over time, the popularity would slowly fade. And by 2017, all of the skateboard gears were completely broken, and Roblox had no plans on fixing them. And sadly, in 2019, Roblox took every skateboard off sale, which meant nobody could actually use the gears in any game at all. However, Roblox skateboarding was actually saved by none other than Flamingo. Basically, in a video by Flamingo, where he played old Roblox games, he said that he would pay $500 to anyone who could fix the skateboards and have them function identically. And just a little bit later, a game called Skate Park was released. This was one of the first games to successfully recreate the skating system, and many other new games released, bringing the popularity of the niche back again. Now, there's a small but dedicated community playing these games, and I would highly recommend checking them out as they work completely well, and there's actually some pretty fun experiences I would recommend you play. When Grand Theft Auto 5 blew up, many other games tried to copy it. And one such game was a game called Streets of Bloxwood on Roblox. Streets of Bloxwood was one of the first games to copy the GTA 5 formula, but put their own twist on it and make it feel like a genuine Roblox experience. This game is most likely pretty nostalgic to a lot of people who watch this video, and I personally remember playing this game and dying a bunch of times because I really wasn't that good. Either way though, the game was released around 2015, when Roblox was exploding in popularity and Grand Theft Auto 5 was extremely famous. The game was released by administrator Nar, and it was widely considered one of the most fun games on the platform for its amazing experience. There were many activities to do in the game, and the systems felt great for a game of that time. However, now the game has 0 players, and there's a specific reason why. As I mentioned previously, the game took a lot of inspiration from Grand Theft Auto 5, and the creators of that game apparently caught on, and they actually gave multiple legal takedown requests to the creators of the game. And so the creator of the game, Administrator Nar, decided to private the game as to avoid it getting completely deleted and his account getting banned. Luckily, there is a fairly good ending to the story, as the creator of the game, Administrator Nar, created a new group called Platinum 5, and he actually released a game called Black Hawk Rescue Mission 5, which is an extremely popular military game on Roblox, and that game has about 287 million visits, which is pretty great to see. Either way though, it's sad that that game is gone, and maybe it'll be brought back in the future. Wild Revolvers has 100 million visits, however nobody plays it anymore and the game is basically abandoned. So what exactly made it reach this point? I mean, I remember the game used to be super popular and a ton of people would play it. I mean, I had so much fun playing this game, but it just kind of died. Now to understand the downfall of Wild Revolvers, we have to understand why it got popular. The game got popular for its simple style and the fact it was just an enjoyable experience and nobody else was doing that. While the systems were basic, it was really fun to play and it also had a good amount of challenge to it due to to the fact it was revolvers, which even though they were pretty slow to shoot, they were actually pretty accurate, and you could dodge and avoid shots as you pleased. But as I said, the game has 0 players now, and the reason it died is actually a little bit complex. The game slowly started to bleed players due to the lack of updates, as the developers had slowly started moving on to new projects. However, the game didn't totally die until the developers changed the price to be 100 Robux. They decided it'd be a good idea to make the game cost Robux and then make it free to play on the weekends, which I find is a really interesting and kind of weird way to do it. However, after a while of doing this, they decided to make the game stay free forever, and the developers abandoned it to move on to other projects. Now, the creators work on a game called Dragon Soul, which is basically an anime game sort of like Bloxwood, and that game is actually really successful and has about 4,000 players right now. Sadly, Wild Revolvers is now abandoned, and the developers stated that there's no way to bring back old progress. There's also no way to update the game. The code base is 8 years old and needs to be redone from scratch. Hopefully they're able to re-release the game, and even if it doesn't do super well, it'd be fun to relive it. You may have never heard of Disaster Dome before, but it has over 34 million visits and is honestly one of the most nostalgic games in my Roblox history. In fact, this was actually the first Roblox game I ever played in a YouTube video, which is pretty cool. However, the game is now at 0 players and it was last updated 4 years ago. However, there's something more to this game than just it dying out, because the developer of this game is someone you may have heard of. The creator of Disaster Dome is Build Into Games, aka Preston, who's the founder of Big Games, the creators of Pet Simulator, Big Paintball, My Restaurant, and a bunch of other titles. And this was one of his first very successful Roblox games. Now the game is fairly simple, as it's basically like natural disaster survival, except it's in a dome, and it has a bunch of custom cool disasters. As I mentioned before, this game is very nostalgic to me, and I'm pretty sad that it's died out since it's just an amazing game. It hasn't been updated in 4 years, but most of it still happens to work, and my dream is to be able to recreate this game and bring it back to its old glory. Either way though, that's it for today's video. I hope I could inform you guys about some games you forgot about or tell you some stories about ones you've never heard of. If you did happen to enjoy the video, feel free to give it a like and comment down below what you'd like to see next. If you want to be notified when I make more videos, subscribe to the channel, and I spent a ton of time on this video, so thank you so much for watching all the way through. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care.